Linga kali ini ada event baru di Nazuma, yaitu arus kehidupan, yaitu Akitsu Kimidameshi. Oke.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and...
Traveler, Paimon, please let me be your partner for the final round of the test of courage. I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out. I believe there may still be some clues there.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier. My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of...
Wow, Hazel! You're fearless!
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become. This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point. But I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we... Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment.
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. There were ghosts. Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then Paimon passed out.
Based on your account, it does really seem like you've seen a ghost.
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be...
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh, you think so?
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you? Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its power.
That does make sense.
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she... But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed. So, this is the less likely scenario.
But why would she want to scare us away? Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the test of... Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you know...
Based solely on your... But this evidence alone, though, might... Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some trip were...
I see. Aside from... If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! What are you all doing? We heard you were out searching for... Oh, that's...
Actually, we just asked that lady is either a nasty, evil spirit, or... But... Uh-huh.
We love... Which is why we... Even though our...
The Chinju Forest covers a large area. Welcome to the...
Don't worry. Look what I found down by the river! Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap? Shake?
Yeah. There's a rough tear.
Rich?
Suppose that'll... When the shade... Either she did...
But what?
I'm only Maybe she used it to... Let's not worry. Next.
Oh, I know I asked the gang member.
Good. Let's go find out.
This is the place. They claimed that as they passed through here, the area suddenly grew dark, and some ghostly flames appeared out of nowhere.
Huh. What a coincidence. We saw the very same...
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did.
I found some sort of... the inside of...
Judging from brother...
There's some strange powder and I picked some...
I believe we're I'm almost certain that the woman she possesses no extraordinary powers.
Some small...
First and foremost, you were because you were that's when she...
So, it was all just... she tricked us!
There is, however, still... That couldn't have...
Oh.
She can only use...
Whoa.
If we rule out the... I know who the woman...
We'll come...
No. You should go back and tell the others the truth is...
Okay, if you run into...
There shouldn't be any... Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is! Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they... So... Who are you? And why...
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any...
Don't move. Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hate...
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
Your yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own... When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power. And if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That is the name I go by now.
Chizuru, why do you want us to leave? If you're a yokai, you should understand. Besides,
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you.
sad?
I'm sure but they don't act. The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends.
Hachiro.
After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often, we yokai, when the dream, even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last... But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu Yugen here, which woke... I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm, just because...
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare... Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach.
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected, but that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugen and sell them for a... That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a By the way, how did you know the rest...
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already... Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita?
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazara hundreds of years ago. You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself. And if my...
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Well, what did you think? Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaos...
So form response.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent, I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the...
Miko! Lady Yae!
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form.
I remember now.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and said, though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in... I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with...
Huh? When was...
With your power, you must have been...
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only... After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt but after they said their final... Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know people meet. Is it really worth...
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the travel...
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that it was wrong. It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai.
What do you mean? The samurai in Kamai never...
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai... It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi.
Oh.
We yokai are not like humans. However, there's no reason to be upset by this.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I also heard that I even know who the ghost lady is now. Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding... I gave it some real thought. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival.
Hooray for Ito!
Oh,
Can we really trust the...
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running.
You're the best, Ito!
and what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look, too. It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have his moments. A festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
All right, I'll join. If you don't...
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out! Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more...
Fishing. You know what?
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish. Just the other day, I caught...
That's an unusual...
Huh? You?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life...
Huh. What a coincidence.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be... Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch... Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water?
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick. Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon see this game in some light. Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye and careful. Oh, it looks kind of tricky. Paimon will let the traveler try.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so delicious.
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt. So Oh.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why.
Huh? Oh, please. No need to bring that up again.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty. Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume.
He looked like he really wanted it.
But Paimon wanted one.
All right, then I'll catch one for...
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this—
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the
fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off?
All right, all right.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a few...
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just begun.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little...
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as...
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively, because it's always more...
Yes.
Well then,
What did you want to say to us?
It's not that I...
Traveler, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you. All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come. Actually, I was delighted when I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita who... I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with human, but every evening as night began to set in, then I would wonder. As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't. I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I expected you to flee in terror. But when we met, I knew you mistook me as... Perhaps it... Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left. And I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking... When we played at the time, however... Let me think. Okay. I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
Oke guys, thank you udah nonton, thank you udah like, share, dan subscribe. Sampai ketemu di konten-konten selanjutnya. Gue bagus nih guys, bye bye.